guys, welcome back to the Lovin Dubai Show podcast. It is getting hot in Dubai, make no mistake. We spoke about the solution to fix traffic. The RTA wants you to give your opinion on remote working and 4-day weeks, guys. Get that survey done. We also spoke about Eid Al Adha and where are all the millionaires?
And so you would not want to miss this show, so don't forget to subscribe to the Lovin Dubai Show podcast wherever you get your podcast from. And as always, don't forget to enjoy the show.
Good morning, Dubai. Welcome back to the Lovin Dubai Show, where we go through the top trending stories that everyone across the country is talking about. Traffic is our top story today. Is this the solution to fix traffic in Dubai?
And as well, a 7-year-old boy tragically dies after being locked in a car in Sharjah.
All about the upcoming Eid Al Adha break and how long the vacation will be.
And that's as well Dubai tops Middle East millionaire ranking behind the scenes, of course, which is very exciting.
We have all of the scoop of where to find the millionaires. Yes, we do. Also, we're going behind the scenes of Specter, Blackout with Zenofar, Fathima and Farhana, which we're so excited about. That interview is coming up at about 8:55 this morning.
It's day 215 days since the genocide began on Gaza on October 7th. And the current death toll stands at 34,789. The number of injured people is 78,204 and 1.9 million people have been displaced from their homes.
In today's weather, we hit the highest temperature of the year so far yesterday. Yes, we did. It went up to 45 Celsius, and that was recorded in the Al Adha region, which, by the way, seems to get hit by heavy rains and also highest temperatures. So expect another toasty one today. Before we jump into our top stories, this, my friends, in case you don't know, is Lily Allen. She's a famous singer from the UK. We love her. She's super cool. She's super chill. And on a recent podcast, she divided opinion. She said, I'm going to fly first class, but my kids, they're going in economy.
I think it kind of makes sense. Because like your kids are not going to remember, they're not going to grow up and remember that the fact that they grew up, they flew business class.
She's getting a lot of stick for this.
I know, because maybe she's a mother and she left her kids alone. Maybe that's the point, because as a mother you would want to stay around your kid. Maybe they need you. Maybe they fear flights, right?
Well,
you never know.
The first question is, does she even like her kids? I'd love parents to weigh in on this, because I think as a non-parent it's really hard to say, because as a non-parent there is not a hope in hell that I would be paying for my... There'd be not a hope in hell that I'd be paying for my kids to fly business class, because it is such a privilege.
100%.
And sometimes my fear in life for kids is that if you grow up in privilege, you don't have that urge to work hard, and if you don't see that push, and if you don't feel what it's like to graft a little bit, then you won't be pushed to work hard.
I agree.
Into economy they will go.
I agree with you, by the way. I really do, because we actually agree, because I actually have a friend who grew up in privilege, that she is very smart, but because she grew up in privilege, she does not really want to work.
Less of a push.
She does not even want to work. She does not want to do anything other than just like sit and look pretty, which is understandable. You know what I mean?
She's watching?
It's,
She'll have something to say.
I mean, she's going to be like, Farah, why did you call me out? The thing is, like, she wouldn't even wake up early. You know what I mean? It's like, sometimes I feel like maybe a structure in her life is very important. And I understand where she's coming from, you know, like maybe she has worked hard for it. She would want to support herself. And she's, of course, for sure traveling with a very high quality, good airlines that are going to take good care of her kids in the airplane. So she probably like is not just like throwing them out like that, you know what I mean?
Exactly. It's not like it's as though we're saying economy is the worst thing in the world. It's not.
Yeah,
it's a perfectly reasonable way to fly. Hisham, you said your parents
did the same.
Your dad. You said not my mom. So your dad put you in economy, but if your mom had the choice, you would have been all flying together. Your mom was like, no, family first. It's really interesting because then at the same time it's like, yeah, but you're a family unit and why would you want to be apart?
But see, that's the thing, like, you know, your kids are going to be sleeping in the airplane, right? And you're probably going to want to relax in the airplane. And I wouldn't pay, like, it's either she would go economy with them or she would continue to, like, I don't know, have her alone time in business.
Maybe the airplane isn't, on reflection, because when I first said it, I was like, throw them into economy. But on reflection, maybe the airplane isn't the place to be teaching the life lessons. Like, if you want to teach them hard work, maybe it's not those 6 hours.
Yeah, but see, I don't agree with you on that, because if you are going to teach your kids, have them get used to only business, right? They're going to be growing up in severe privilege, not even like the normal privilege. Regular privilege, right? So because of that, they're gonna go up to, I would say, be very entitled to a lot of things, you know? And yeah.
Okay, so Farah and Casey will be going down the economy route. Lily Allen, we agree with you, but I think that is against opinion, because I think other people are saying no, they'd rather fly with their family. And the jury's out on this one. Let's jump into our top story today. Is this the solution to fix traffic in Dubai? So we complain daily, so here is the fix. The RTA is always out there listening, and yesterday they made this announcement. They want your help to fix traffic and congestion in Dubai.
That's right, you guys. The RTA tweeted, in its effort to manage traffic flow and address congestion, the RTA and relevant entities Dubai are conducting a survey that takes about 10 minutes only to complete to understand the current situation in the private sector in relation to flexible work hours and remote working.
Participate now or forever hold your peace. The information will be used to help reduce congestion, especially during peak periods. And the questions are so interesting. They basically ask, I took it this morning, what are your working hours? What's your commute like? And then they go into kind of your preferential opinion. So like, what are your preferred options? Would you like to be in the office 5 days a week? Would you like remote working office? And then they also ask your opinion. What can companies do? They genuinely ask for your opinion on this. So in your opinion, are there other work policies that could be implemented in your company, such as compressed working schemes, for example, a slight increase in the number of daily working hours and then reduced working days? Slight increase in the number of daily working hours for reduced working days. They asked you, would you like that? This is your opportunity to say yes, yes, we would like that. Please increase holiday days or an additional day every 2 weeks. They're asking for your opinion on this. The government is putting it to you, the people of Dubai. Would you like 4 days a week?
So guys,
Katie
participated, and she had written in the read like, participate now or hold your breath forever, which is actually makes sense. I will actually go on the survey right now, and I will put my opinion in it.
I should hope so. Like the point of this is to reduce traffic in Dubai.
Oh yes.
Because of congestion periods, they understand that the flow of traffic in certain areas, and they're always working on building roads. But until we get to that point, what can we do? So is it flexible hours? So start at 7 or start at 10 between that, so you don't have that that rush between 8 and 9 school time hours? Or do you work an extra hour a day for 4 days a week? Put your opinions in now. The link is on the RTA Twitter account. I'm sure it's on their Instagram as well. And have your say. Make those decisions. Dubai is asking you for your help.
Honestly, I need that, because you have no idea that, to me, if it's like, let's say, a good day, it takes me like 30 minutes to reach home. But if it's because of traffic, sometimes it takes me like an hour and even more. And it drives you insane. Yesterday, before I leave back home, I was walking around the office like a maniac. I looked really weird. I looked like I'm crazy, walking around.
Why?
Because I wanted to walk around before I get to the car and sit for long hours.
That's really healthy. Like that you made the decision to do that, but I get you.
It's like sitting when I sit in the car for so long, because I know like it's gonna take so long. My God, my body it gets tiring. And like I reach back home and I want to work out, but I don't have time to work out because the roads have taken a lot of my energy and I'm tired already. Why are you tired? Because I stayed sitting in the car for an hour and 15 minutes. Like, oh my God.
It's like she's smiling, but she's not okay.
Yeah, it's like I'm smiling, but I'm not okay, you guys. And my mom was like, Farah, what's wrong? It's okay. I'm like, Mom, I'm dying. I need rest.
I have that in an introverted because I could either, I'm quite lucky I live close to the office, so I could either zip home, but to go to the gym is a 40 minutes to get there and it's an hour to get home because of traffic. And if traffic wasn't there, it'd be less. So then I'm like, do I go to the gym
or do I
go
stay home?
An extra 2 hours on the roads. Anyway, please fill out that survey. I will. Have your opinion. 8:41, we have some big stories coming up, so let's move on to the next.
So, a 7-year-old boy tragically dies after being locked in a car in Sharjah. Of course, in a tragic incident occurred in Sharjah where a 7-year-old boy passed away after being left inside a locked vehicle. Now, the incident was reported to the police on Tuesday afternoon, and investigations unveiled that the boy's parents had hired a female driver to take their children to school. Upon reaching the school, everyone exited the vehicle except the boy.
Subsequently, the driver parked the car near the school and locked it without ensuring that no one remained inside. Unfortunately, the child went unnoticed until the end of the school day when he was discovered deceased inside the vehicle. In response to this heartbreaking event, Sharjah police have cautioned against the risks associated with hiring unlicensed drivers for school transportation.
As well, they have advised parents to opt for either authorized school buses or personally drive their children to and from school. Of course, our hearts and prayers are with the parents. It must be heartbreaking.
An absolutely tragic story from Sharjah. We really feel for the parents in this situation, and as the authority said, do hire licensed drivers. This was avoidable, and it's just so tragic. We're going to move on to our next story. We kind of knew this was coming, but it's kind of a topic of conversation because we're 4 weeks out. It's getting hot, and everyone's thinking, when is the next vacation?
Or when can I book my flight? Maybe, you never know. So, of course, you guys, we all know that after Eid Al Adha comes through. So, everyone is asking, when will the vacation be? So, as Eid Al Adha approaches, there is speculation circulating that you may potentially experience a 5-day holiday in June. Now, this proposed of 5 consecutive days which is, by the way, indeed exciting.
So with Arafat Day anticipated to grace us on June 16th, followed by the joyous celebrations of Eid Al Adha from June 17th to 19th, plus the cherry on top of the weekend.
This is, of course, not via any official sources yet, but it's good to be hopeful. So don't forget to maintain hope and official confirmation of these dates to continue to coincide with our holiday aspirations, which we are hoping for.
And in the meantime, it is good to remind ourselves that a well-deserved vacation is on the horizon. Before we know it, Eid will be upon us, and we eagerly embrace every moment of the impending respite. I think it's so interesting how the holidays are always varied. I spoke to someone who runs a fitness camp in Sri Lanka, and he said due to the question mark over these holidays, the bookings for Eid never happen until the last 2 weeks. And because he's from the UK, he's never really experienced it because, like, you know, you've got Easter, you've got summer, and Easter books out like so long in advance and Easter price rises. But for the Eid holidays, it's only in the last week. And it's so interesting how, like, nothing gets booked until the last week.
Yeah, because everyone just wants to know, like, when is Eid? Because, you know, I don't think anyone would want to book. I would wait. I would, like, book the last week.
I've booked mine.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, so Casey just decides to announce that she will be leaving me on the show, which is, I would say, very fair.
Well, I've booked the week in advance, so the week before Eid.
Oh.
So I'm not going to take the week of Eid off, but knowing that those 3 days are off, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, I've taken the week before off. But knowing that there's an extra holiday there, so make use of that.
But that is smart. That is actually very smart. That is very, guys.
But if you know, like, would you not take the Wednesday, Thursday off now, considering it's probably going to be Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday? And even if it's Monday, Tuesday, then you only take an extra day.
I mean, I would. But maybe I'm just, like, waiting for an official source and official confirmation, you know, like, these are the dates.
But we're close.
I'm just waiting. We're close. Oh my God.
There will be probably minimum 1 to 2 days off that week, and then therefore use that as and as we said, like, every now and then, every 6 weeks to 2 months, like a day or two extra off is what the soul needs, just to have a little bit of relaxation. So even 100%. If in the absolute odd moment that no holiday came, it's still not a bad time to take a break, especially since it's a family time.
That I do agree with you. And by the way, I feel like it's not, as you mentioned earlier, that sometimes our bodies do need that, I would say, like break. And those holidays that come through, they just like are like a gift from God. Like, hey, relax, chill for a second. So no, I would do agree with you. Maybe I should do take the 1 to 2 days off.
Like I would take it now because you kind of know it's coming.
Yeah, I know it's coming, but I just don't know when. You know, I'm just like waiting. I am the kind of a person, I would wait and then come to the end and realize that I messed up, and I'd be like, oh, I wish I've done that.
There's two types of people though, right? Because I've already taken my December leave. You know what I mean? Like it's like some people in the office, they'll have the entire year mapped out by January, and other people wait until the vacation to book. And it's just two types of people in the world.
Wait. And then my dad would be like, Farah, why are you so last minute? I'm like, Mama, because I didn't know. And then
I used to be a wait, and now I'm this. So
I think I'm going to be like you very soon.
All right, guys. So, as everyone wants to know, where are all the millionaires? We have a report that says they're in Dubai. The world's wealthiest cities in 2024 by Henley & Henley is out, and Dubai tops the ranking for the Middle East. No surprises there. When it comes to the number of resident millionaires with liquid investable wealth of 1 million. So if you're asking yourself, am I a millionaire? How that's classified by this report is you need to have liquid investable wealth of $1 million or more. The US leads the pack with 11 cities in the top 50, including New York, which holds firmly onto first place in the world's 2024 Wealthy Cities report.
But closer to home, Dubai takes the crown as the wealthiest city in the region, with impressive growth of 78% in its millionaire population over the past 10 years. Dubai ranked as the 21st wealthiest city in the world. The ultra-modern wealth magnet is highly likely to break into the top 20 in the coming years.
And the report also notes that although the UAE's oil-rich capital Abu Dhabi hasn't cracked a spot in the top 50 ranking yet, with growth rates of over 75% happening, it's a likely contender in the near future. That's really interesting about the Dubai growth rate over 10 years. The millionaires in the city have grown by 78%. That shows that it's most likely a lot of immigrant population, millionaires bringing their wealth to the city.
Agreed. I mean, honestly, like reading such reports and such news just make me even more proud to be born in Dubai, living in Dubai, and working in Dubai. You know, it's just a proud moment for me as a Dubai resident.
You know, it's so interesting because these millionaires, I don't know if they're the 1%, but they're the 5% or something. So the reality is not everyone sitting here is a millionaire. However, people still see that wealth and they want to move to Dubai because of it. We get so many inbounds, not just of people wanting to work with Augustus Media, but you know, our DMs are lit and people are like, how can I get a job? What's the visa process? They're asking about jobs in all sorts of industries, but it just shows that there's so much interest in the rest of the world and coming to the city. So although we don't have the millionaires in the bank account just yet, we're in a city of growth.
That is true.
It's a phenomenal growth period. And as we spoke to, was it the startup of crypto blocks? So they're doing the fragment property. You can be a fragment property owner. The opportunity to build your wealth in Dubai, it feels very real. And I think people see that. So even if we're not there, maybe
you can be there.
We could be there.
Yeah, actually, my dad tells me, he told me one quote by my dad. He's like, Farah, if you actually, Dubai is a city that if you give Dubai, say like work hard and so on, it is going to give you back. He said that. Of course, like it sounds better in Arabic. I guess it makes more sense in Arabic.
No, that's really nice.
But it makes sense, you know, like if you actually, you know, put work in Dubai and if you actually, I don't know, have a lot of dreams and work hard for them, then Dubai will show you like something back.
I love that, but I think that is a really good point, that it doesn't just get given to you.
Yes.
People from the outside, you see the big cars, you see the big hotels, you see the flashy, you see the glitz, the glam, you see Dubai bling, and you think, oh, that's what it's like. That's not what it's like. And I think people graft, people work really hard. I think we actually, hours-wise per day, we put more than, if on a representative scale across the world, we put more hours per day in than a lot of cities. So we work harder, and you can reap the rewards. And what's the phrase in Arabic? Maybe that's one I should learn.
So it's kind of like hard. Baba goes like, دبي إذا بتعطيها شو بتعطي دبي بترجع لك. Like whatever you give Dubai, it gives it back to you.
Nice.
شو بتعطي دبي بترجع لك. Can you say that?
Shabdali Dubai, Intifacti.
Yeah, well, you said the first part of it correctly.
Okay.
You did.
Thank you.
That's
Appreciate
good.
You. Okay, guys, 8:52 on this Wednesday morning. It means it's time for our next guest. We're super excited about the drop of Specter, Blackout, and Farah's going to get to sit down with the director and the screenwriter of this epic thriller. She'll be with us after this very short break.
Welcome back to the Lovin Dubai show. We're sitting down with the masterminds behind Specter, Blackout, director Zenofar, Fathima, and screenwriter Afraah, Farhana. And of course, we are going to have a look inside the creation of the thrilling series. So we are as well getting ready for the insightful conversation about the creative process and the secrets behind the series. Hello and welcome to the show.
Hi.
Thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you so much for having us.
Thank you so much. So first of all, of course, we have a lot of questions. We know that the series is on Z5, which is very exciting, with a very high ratings, as we've mentioned. So I would like to first of all ask, what is the premise and genre of the series?
I think I'll put the
So basically, Specter Blackout is an escape room psychological horror. It firstly comes across as a paranormal thriller, but actually it's a psychological thriller and mystery. So the premise is basically you have these 5-6 people who have their own respective issues in their life, and they're coming into this casting call in hopes of a paid casting call, which basically rewards them with heaps of money, so a really big amount, which could actually help them because they're all having their own respective issues. One is a struggling actress, one person is a struggling businessman, and then you have these mysterious people along with them who we don't know why they're here. So that is basically the premise, and once they get inside the escape room, that's when things, reality and illusions start to converge. So that is basically what the story is about.
It's a very exciting story, I must say. So would you say, were there any unexpected plot twists or character developments that had occurred, of course?
Yes, as you know, I mean, everything has their risks and difficulties. So yes, we did have a little bit of we introduced more characters inside, and as well as we had to take out few scenes which were not suiting the series. So yes, we did have to take into consideration all these things. Yeah, we did have it.
Can you mention a few?
Okay, so that's like a secret which I'm going to mention the whole world. Okay, so basically I didn't like one of the scene which was there. So the setup was not so great and the puzzles were not convincing for me. So that's how we said, okay, let's change this puzzle into a different zone. So that's where, there's a scene which has a dining table area and everything. And I think that was the best scene which
came out
right. That's right, yeah. So that's one of that one, yeah.
That's very cool. So what do you think distinguishes Blackout from other thrillers in the genre?
So Blackout, there has been a lot of escape room movies, okay? So first the people should understand a movie is different from a series, So what we did was an OTT series for an OTT platform. So movies end there, but series keep on continuing from season 1, season 2, season 3, so that's how it goes. So we are different. This is one point how you see it. And the next point how you see it is it's an escape room where I think no one in the world has done it, and I think we are the first people to come out of it. Like, so as people have done, like, you know, a lot of thriller movies, but an escape room with puzzles, with a casting inside, plus we made the actors act on the spot on that day. They didn't know the puzzles, what they're going to face, so we wanted to give them, you know, what do you call, the instant you know, acting. So that's completely different. I think a lot of people, they keep practicing. As I told you, we do have a training, we learn, but when we go to an exam, the questions are different. So you need to be completely, you know, open to all, you know, questions so that you are able to answer it, you know.
I mean, I must imagine, you know, the reaction of the actors regarding that. For sure, it must be horrifying. Yeah, for sure. So, was there any specific props or elements from this set that you found to be significant or symbolic?
Yes. So basically, when we were writing and conceptualizing Specter Blackout, there's a lot of props and small details which we hid on the set and which are right in front of people's faces. There's one particular prop, which is the tarot card, which we only see once in the series, which is in the first episode, and that is basically linked to the season 2, which we can't obviously say anything about right now, but it symbolizes fate and what's coming for these people. So when they come in for this casting audition, the tarot card also plays a role because the casting agency that they're coming into is called tarot casting as well. So it's all these, you know, small details which hide small clues, and not all of it makes sense now, but once, you know, people probably binge watch from season 1 to season 2, everything will start connecting. The same way puzzles in an escape room start to connect.
It's actually amazing because, we do often see, like, in series and movies that towards the end we go like, oh, so they actually foreshadowed this at the beginning. And you guys, so you are relating. So there are a lot of foreshadowing that I think maybe a lot of whoever is watching the series should maybe keep an eye out
Absolutely,
for.
that's what the whole series is about, because, you know, each and every detail is very important in the series. It's not something where, okay, there's a scene coming, so I'll go to the washroom, or I'm going to get my popcorns and everything. No, every word has a meaning to it. So if you miss it out, then it's not the director's problem, it's the viewer's problem. They need to watch it carefully, you know, because everything is very, very important in the series.
Oh, I can actually imagine. So, all right, well, I want to ask you, do you believe in supernatural powers?
I do believe in supernatural powers because there are a lot of things, of course, there are a lot of things we do see and we think that it's not that, but there is, you know. But if you go into very much detail, like, I'll have to, like, take up at least 1 hour of your time, which you don't have it. So it's, I do believe in it.
Do you?
Yes, I do, for very similar reasons. And, you know, there are certain occurrences in our respective lives that, you know, aren't attributed to something which makes sense. So it's these things which also contribute to the supernatural, you know, believing in it. But at the same time, like I said, Specter is something that only seems like a supernatural paranormal thriller from the outside. But once we dig deeper, it's something which, you know, everyone can resonate with in their respective lives.
Actually, Specter Blackout, for you right now for season 1 is just gonna feel like an escape room. But to be very honest, it's very connected to an awareness story, which everyone, even you have that, but that doesn't, it's like a form of a cancer. Everybody has cancer cells, but when it starts spreading or when it starts mutating, that's when a person says he has cancer. So this is kind of a mental illness, could be, okay, and related to a supernatural power because of that mental illness. If you know that people who are challenged, they have an extra power than a normal person. Have you noticed that? It's always there. They have an extra natural power more than a normal person. So where do we come from? We do speak to the psychiatrist, we do speak to the doctors. So it's a long process to understand the whole situation, because we just have to give the facts and we have to keep the story right.
Agreed, honestly. As well, like as a viewer, we watch the movie or the series, and we criticize often, and we do not really think, the hard work that is put behind the scenes.
Yeah.
So, as a director, what do you think is the hardest scene? What's the hardest scene to film?
See, the whole series, from I think in season 1. The episode 2 and episode 3 were very hard for us, because when you go to a daylight, you don't need an ample light, because we already have that. But we shot in an escape room where there was no light. The Blackout itself, which is an escape room, doesn't have that much of light. So the light is what we really had to play on. And I think my team did a tremendous job, because even in the dark, if you can see something happening, then you really got it. Because most of the series, when we had a launch, most of them said that the series was so nicely done, especially in the dark, because most of the movies, you can't really see what's happening. But in this, we could see, we could connect to the puzzle, we could see what's happening. They were like, when you have a horror, it's a blue light. When you have a little bit of a little bit of emotion, there was a red, blue, everything mixing up. So which people don't understand? Most of them, they just sit in the sofa. Everybody likes to criticize, because that's all they can do. But we are ready to accept the criticism, because that will make us to work better. And we are happy that because they are watching us and they're criticizing, that means they like us. So in any way, it is a win-win situation for us.
Right. I mean, yeah, for sure. I saw the trailer and I'm like, the lights and everything is just like beautiful. You know what I mean? Like, because it's not something that a lot of people can do, because it's specifically with I would say, horror movies.
Yeah, the most important is in this, the lights all belongs to our production, because there was no lights there, and it's all introduced by. For those people who don't know, she's my daughter, Afraah. Yeah, so she is my daughter. So she also had to play a lot of things with the lights and everything. It was great. And there were certain situations where the light was falling in the camera. That was a little bit irritating, because when the scene was good, the lights were like too harsh.
The main issue in these kind of escape rooms is that the whole tone in there is completely moody for the players, whoever plays inside, because they don't want them to see much. It's harder to crack the clues and everything. But when you're filming something, it's better to always have more light, because even if you want to reduce it later on, you can do that in post-production. But if you have less light and you take that to post-production, you cannot enhance that. It's going to lead to grain, or footage is not going to come out well. So the challenge here was having really big rooms, and basically making sure that the light was balanced throughout, because we don't want frames looking different. It distracts the viewers, it doesn't look good. So that was the main thing. But we had a good team. Our lighting assistants were always there to make sure that they were not in the frame and make sure the light was hitting right. So that was really good. The
most challenging more was the lights, like even right now in the studio, there's so much of lights and we feel hot. But at least we have the AC running. There, we can't have the aircon running, and the room was not so big. Remember? It was not so big. And what happens is the AC is off, the lights are hitting you. My actors did have a lot of issue, like little breathing issues and everything, because it's so, so tight. So these were the challenges which I think we had to face on, where it's done in a dark and in a close place. But when the movies are done outside, it's more easier, So that's more easier. Only thing is we need to, settle down with the sunlight if it has to come, the reflectors and everything.
It's exciting. So one last question, if you can tease any suspenseful moments that viewers can expect from the series.
From the first season one? Yes, the last scene, the last scene is a suspense, but they don't know who it is going to be. So which means that the end of episode 3 in season 1 is going to be the start of the story of season 1. I hope you got what I said.
Basically, through episode 1 and 2, it goes one direction, and then episode 3 makes it go a whole 360. So one thing that I noticed when we had first premiered it to some VIPs privately was that no one was expecting the twist which was coming in, episode 3. So there was a lot of surprise and astonishment. So I think that is what people should look out for.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much. This brings us to the end of
Thanks a
our
lot.
interview. And thank you to everyone who is watching us. Of course, thank you to everyone who is watching us. We had a great sit down with the director and the scriptwriter of the Specter Blackout. So don't forget to watch it. Do you like to say anything to your...
Yes, so guys, don't forget to watch. Which camera is it gonna be? This one. Okay, all right. So guys, don't forget to watch Specter Blackout, which is on Z5 Middle East. And we are working on season 2, which is going to be out next year. And we are going to have more actors coming from Bollywood. And one, I think, which is confirmed is Rahul Dev. So that's really nice. So guys, keep watching and stay tuned.
Well, that brings us to the end of our show. Thank you, Zenofar. Thank you, Afraah. And thank you to everyone who was watching us. Tune in tomorrow, same time, same place.